Earlier this week, yesterday in fact, we in Newfoundland and Labrador celebrated the 100th anniversary of women achieving the right to vote and hold public office. I have to say, before I bring on my guest, growing up in St. John's, I was blessed to have women of power serving in public office. I think of Dorothy Wyatt and Shani Duff and Lynn Verge and others who were leaders in their day. And, of course, our first female premier, Kathy Dunderdale, in 2011. And an effective advocate in our own right is our next guest, Pam Parsons, Minister responsible for women and gender equality. Pam, you had a big event for this. Who was there and how did it go and how were people feeling?
Good afternoon, Tim. Yes, it was an amazing day at Confederation Building. Actually, probably I'd say one of the most celebrated times that I've personally been in that building, in the Confederation Building, to mark the 100th anniversary of when women fought and won for the right to vote in the island of the then Dominion, Newfoundland. And so yesterday we celebrated past and present elected officials, women elected officials. Our very first woman premier, Kathy Dunderdale, was in attendance. We had our lieutenant governor there, only the second female to serve in that honorable role, Joan Marie Aylward. And it was just so amazing. The energy was great. And, yesterday was not about politics. It was about celebrating the progress made by women. And but it was also a big reminder that we have had so much progress, but that, it's time to continue carrying that torch forward, to continue to do more work.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, look, I think we're blessed in Newfoundland and Labrador by the size of our communities because we do, by nature, whether they're in elected office or not, have strong female role models. And I was rolling that into mothers. Often it starts with our mothers, for many of us, because Newfoundland mothers are legendary in and of themselves for, their leadership, not just of the families, but the groups they're part of. But Pam, there's still challenges, right? I mean, what was the common theme about some of the challenges that still exist for women in leadership, be it political or otherwise?
Well, you're right. And, what I think something that everybody can agree on, and it was mentioned time and time again just yesterday, is that it's important for space to be made at that table. For women and gender diverse people to take their rightful place at the table where decisions are being made, where policies are being shaped, whether it be in our governments, all levels of our government, municipal, provincial, and federal, as well as industry, in the private sector. And that's what it's all about. And I can't emphasize enough, how it took decades. These women, Armine Gosling was the leader who led the charge of the women's suffrage back at that time. And you're right, you mentioned it was our mothers. Well, Tim, I'm very happy and proud and honored. I had my mom with me yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome, Pam.
So to help celebrate and mark this occasion. And, mothers take on all the roles. They run the homes. They run the reading rooms, the organizations of the day and today. So hats off, to all women who've helped, along this journey.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. And you look around now. I look in VOCM. We have a strong newsroom led by Linda Swain. My colleague Claudette is a leader. Jerry Lynn in the morning.
Absolutely.
Lana Payne, who leads, Lana Payne, a Newfoundland woman who leads Unifor. I'll give you about 30 seconds, Pam, because as you know, I got a cut at 3, so you got about 30 seconds, maybe a word to younger women who are listening about politics and what this 100th anniversary means and the opportunities that are there for them.
My advice would be get involved. Take the opportunity to get involved. Push yourself out of that comfort zone. Embrace it. Jump in if you're interested in whatever capacity, whether it's running themselves or supporting another candidate. But also, it's very important, Tim, to pay attention to world news, to international news, and now more than ever, what we're seeing in the United States. And even potentially in Canada, women need to stand up. It's about human rights. We're not going backwards. We're going forward. And as I've said, we've made that progress, but there's still much more work to do to truly achieve gender equality.
Well, I'm sure your mother's proud of us, and we want all our mothers to be proud of us. But all right, good talking to you, Pam. Thanks for sharing this story. Okay. It's an important one.